Hi, it's Sarah from Seriup.com, Facebook, The Numbers Queen, and Instagram, Seriup1111. I want to talk to you about my 2024 forecast. Okay, so I'm running it a bit early this year. We will be starting really soon on Saturday, the 11th of November. Now, I'm going to be running it over 3 months because there's a lot to cover and it's a really important year. Plus, it's just a bit kinder to me and you. As you know, I go super fast. I'm like a Japanese bullet train as a person. So what can you expect? Firstly, it is partly prepared, but also channeled. And that means that it will be very custom. Even though it is a group call, I basically am working with your spirit guides during the process of the live recordings. Even if you're going to get the replay, you'd be amazed. A lot of the things that I will say will actually make sense and will land. So that's the first thing. It's incredibly intuitive. It is not formulaic. So 2024, it is an 8 year. I'm calling it the year of divine wealth and wisdom. So 8 is the infinity or God symbol. God actually has an 8 energy, as does success and karma, all the good things, and happiness and commitment. What's the year about? Well, it's a little hard to encapsulate, but let's try. Basically, making things bigger, hopefully better, but also possibly worse. So it's one of those years which will probably be like nothing, everything. 8s are known for being quite mysterious and quite extreme. And so I will break that down month by month for you in the forecast and also by life path, which is pretty cool and does make it that much more accurate. So if you need a lot more confidence in your life, some clarity, you just want to tap into those healing frequencies, please come along. I do have an early bird special. So if you join us by the second call, so there's 3 calls, 11th November, 9th December, and 6th January. If you join us by the second call, you can get $55 off, which is 33% saving. So that makes just $110 for this 3-call series, plus lots of goodies. So these are my most popular class each year, and they are based on my primary work. So essentially, on average, I have done a reading every day for 15 years. I'm an absolute nerd for this stuff. Let me do the heavy lifting for you is what I'm trying to say. So I make a living with forecasts. So I do global forecasts, monthly forecasts, which you might have followed on my socials, and individual business and family forecasts. And that means that what I bring into the 2024 events basically is really up to date, really fresh, really holistic. I make it really fun. It's easy to follow. We explain everything. So the whole purpose of these forecasts is to reduce your stress. It's to give you the inside scoop. As far as I am aware, this is the only forecast, especially made in Australia, which is predominantly focused on numerology, but also throws in the tarot, Chinese and Western astrology, word magic, animal totems, all the other fun magic things that you can expect. You might also know that I study people who see 1111 for a living. My background is science. And so I've worked with thousands of these people who very often are leaders who have come to bring the future forwards, bring humanity into a more altruistic energy, a fairer place, for the children to come. And so all of that I build into this forecast. And it's essentially something that you can keep for the whole year and keep tapping into or using. There's lots of little tools and charts I'll give you with it. So the 8th chakra, which is basically the theme of this class, it's also about breaking karmic patterns anywhere where you've really been struggling. So it could be like poverty or ill health or, toxic relationships. I'm not claiming that you'll clear all of those in 1 year, but we can certainly make a big impact starting with this forecast with some education and even just meeting people who have that same intention. Look, it took a system, it took a group of people to back you into that corner. It's going to take a group to bring you out to the disco party. Trust me, I've been there and done that. You can't do this personal growth work alone. You will end up a little bit crazy, and it's not as fun and it's not as magnificent, because really the way that you stay well is by teaching, is by sharing. And there's only so much that you can talk to yourself in the mirror, yeah? So this is particularly a good forecast to come to if you see eights like 888, 808, all those things, which is often a strong suggestion that you have eights in your numerology chart, which is also your soul contract. And so especially 8 life paths, you're going to love this. And that's also why I'm running it early, because eights tend to be a bit more organized. They don't want to miss out. And look, even if you just see the general awakening code 1111, you will find that it's just a very precise fit for what you're looking for. So eights come to raise the bar, to raise standards. They can be very hard on themselves and others. Education is the key for them to get their dreams expressed. You must work with others is my number one suggestion. So overall, you'll get these 3 calls with me all live with, a fair amount of prep. As soon as you book in, you will get a copy of the 5 golden coins. Now, this is a special meditation that I channeled for my 1111 World Changers group, which is a small group of women leaders, business owners, creatives, and entrepreneurs, where I basically school them in all the things I do to make sure that they get ahead in their industry, that they can claim their spotlight, and be very, very confident with what they do. So I channeled it for them. We have also then tested it about 200 times with clients. I'm a real stickler for practical magic and not just fluffy stuff. And so you'll get that meditation as soon as you sign up. And I would really love your feedback on it, because it's still sort of pretty fresh, but I've gotten some great results from it too. I know one of the times I listened to it, I went, oh, I haven't had a holiday in a while, and I booked a holiday. I've had other clients listen to it, and they've been able to find that property they were looking for or get that promotion. It just takes the edge off your doubt in terms of your finances and being supported. What else will we cover? So obviously, we'll look deeply at 2024's numerology month by month. We'll talk about the major astrology themes, Western and Chinese. Now, it is a year of the wood dragon. This is very significant. Now, China has an 8 energy. Dragons are the most sacred animal in China. There is a huge baby boom whenever there's a dragon year, which is 2024. So all eyes on China next year, that's for sure. There'll be a lot of shifts there, which we'll discuss. And yes, here is a Chinese person we prepared earlier who speaks English. Yay. So yes, that's going to be very important, because you've got 1 billion people who are expecting it to be a very prosperous, fortunate, strong year. And so that's definitely going to tilt some things. We'll talk about 2023. We'll review the things that have happened there. Obviously, lots of ups and downs for humanity. It has been this 7-year of learning through trial and error, and sometimes having to take that leap of faith without the parachute, just hoping that there's a soft landing or at least some crowd surfing. It's been a hard year for a lot of people. It's very much about spiritual tests. But I want to say this to you if you're watching. That's that beautiful saying, fall down 7 times, get up 8. So 2024 is a year to try again. So often we find our car keys in the last place we look. In fact, every time. Yes, that was partly a joke, but also very relevant to what next year is going to be about. Other things you can look forward to. So I'll talk about famous 8 life paths, and we'll trace through basically how to work 8 energy to the max as a life path, or just, as a person. We'll also have a sound healing by my beloved friend Dennis. We'll do some energy clearings with me, and there'll be a fabulous tarot talk by my husband, Chris Anderson, who is super entertaining and very spot on. And just a whole bunch of other things you can use. So a poster for your personal use cycles. I'm very passionate about education. I'd really love if you could use these classes as an opportunity to dig in to your life history and match it to your numbers, so you can see those 9-year cycles at play. It means that you won't just be placing confidence in me. You will know deep down to your little toes that you have a chance to get back up again from whatever has probably, blocked you this year and the last few years. And yeah, it's just an amazing experience, not just for you, but again, for your loved ones. I particularly love when parents do their kids' numerology, partners do it for each other. Often there's so much forgiveness, so much compassion. We often see people reconnect after not talking to each other. That's the power of numerology, which is a very, very sacred type of medicine. Okay, so you don't need experience to attend. Obviously, if you've been watching my stuff and you've gotten this far in the video, you're probably going to enjoy it. I am a very pushy Asian lady, and I will encourage you to go big in 2024. Look, if you want to join, like I said, there's an early bird special until the second call. And also, if you're one of my Patreon members, you can have that early bird price the whole way through the series. In terms of continuous learning, you can also check out that group. So my Patreon is my monthly study group. We have a private Facebook group where I answer questions, and every month we jump on and we learn. And so we learn how to do our own predictions, and it's super hands-on. And every now and then I also run a live event at my office on the Gold Coast, which some people fly in for, which I totally love and appreciate. So look, just thank you so much for considering coming to my forecast. I hope that even just this little insight piece will give you that energy that you need. It only takes one person to change the direction of humanity, especially in your home, in your community. And just remember, think of the people who've inspired you. If they stayed in bed and they let it get to them, that's okay. But if they stay like that, well, who knows how different your life would have been. So this is the year to write that book or get on stage or start that business. Have that dragon baby. As I said, it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be epic, and I'd love to be there with you. So thank you for considering my 2024 forecast. I really hope that you can join us, and thank you so much for your support, and I wish you all the best. 1111 peace signs always. This is Sarah from Seriep.com.